Mike Scott, Chicago. Only way to keep calm is troubled worlds have a serene mind. I'm Paul for the penitentiary. I'm down here at the Mustard Seed, and I started the NA program at Mustard Seed about. I chaired the meeting 3 years. I'm with my co-chair now. He's chairing the meeting right now, and we're trying to help people. And it came out in the news today that fentanyl killed more people than COVID, and it has killed more people than accidents. And this is introduce yourself.
I'm Jacques, grateful recovering addict,
Hey, Jacques, what part of town? What part of the city you're from?
born and raised on the west side.
On the west side. You play ball too. He's a ball.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
played ball.
Oh yeah. We played coming up, grammar school, high school. Then I entered the Marine Corps.
He's the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Now, how many years you in the Marine Corps? Now he said, what was that statement you said yesterday that you was taught?
Well,
the Marine Corps said to you, taught you.
Well, the Marine Corps motto was no surrender, no retreat. And after years of drug use and making it to the Narcotics Anonymous program, the honesty that I had to demonstrate, I had to surrender completely the old ways of thinking and behavior that had shaped and molded my thinking and behavior. So it's
Now, how many years were you in the Marines?
about a year and a half. I got a calomalacia patella in my knee. They determined that I could not continue. I was honorably medically discharged, and it was due to injury. And at that point, now you've got a young man who's, my first introduction to manhood basically was during the Corps. And the motto was no surrender, no retreat, give all you got. And in that process, after being discharged and beginning a life of drugs and crime, this was the thinking.
Did you go to penitentiary?
Yeah. I served a couple of prison terms as a result.
Is this through drugs?
Yeah, okay. As a result of drug use, committing crimes, and that's all part of
the lifestyle,
active addiction of lifestyle. Near-death experiences, overdoses.
So did you ever? Because like I said, fentanyl is killing a lot of people now. Did you have a fentanyl overdose? Did you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. A couple. So grace and mercy has kept me. God's grace and mercy, and I'm real grateful for that. Yeah, and that was surprising to hear that. Overdoses due to fentanyl has killed more people than COVID,
and accidents too.
And so those are staggering numbers. So we're here at the Mustard Seed. It's
and we never close because this is essential recovery. And the legalizing marijuana has it's a billion people. It's made $1 billion smoking weed, and this is about not drinking, not using drugs. How did your life change from since you got out of prison? How long have you been clean now?
I've been clean 4 years. Nearly 3 months, a couple of days shy of 4 years and 3 months, but it was one day at a time. Complete abstinence, total abstinence from all mood and mind-altering chemicals. And, they've legalized marijuana.
And then, and point I got to make, when I started this NA meeting, and when we closed down, we only had 10 people here when the world closed down, and we kept this meeting going. And people were tearing down the NA program, and where I started because I got tired of seeing people that was in another fellowship having drug overdoses. So you jump out the window, you can change your mind, can't change gravity. Disease of addiction, disease of gravity. And this man was coming to these meetings when we had only 10 people.
Yeah. During the pandemic, when everything basically closed, we continued to show up because the disease is always working. So a lot of people returned to active addiction during that time. But here we were still.
Now tell me about when you had you had the material possessions, you had the cars and the prestige, you had the things of the world.
Well, as a result of getting clean and practicing spiritual principles and making it to the program, I accumulated a lot of material things. And our solution is spiritual in nature. And so the goal is to have a spiritual experience, awakening as a result of practicing spiritual principles.
Okay, now break down the compulsion obsession.
Okay.
Break down the compulsion obsession.
Well, as a result of using, I've developed an allergic reaction to drugs. An allergy of the body brings about an obsession. So once if I take a drink or a drug, then I will be plagued with an obsession to use, and that's the thought that dominates all other thoughts. That'll come before my health, my family, everything that's important that a human being needs to survive. Drugs will take precedent over that.
Now he's a father to his son. Now you got a son.
Oh yeah, I've got a son. He's about to turn 17, and he's on the spectrum. So that's more reason to be a responsible, productive father. But if I use a mind or mood altering chemical, it'll take precedent over that. All thoughts of fatherhood, being responsible will leave, and that will take precedent. So one day at a time, I attend places like the Narcotics Anonymous meeting at the Mustard Seed, and continue to grow spiritually so I can be responsible and productive for my son and my family and my community. And I've got some peace as a result. And I have the basic necessities, and God continues to add stuff on as I practice these principles and maintain the stuff that I have. And then
So what advice do you have for the young guys that's tripped in the grips of addiction? How did you give the young guys?
Ask for help. Help is available. Make a meeting. Get with some of these programs that offer a program of recovery, and because
we got a snowstorm going on right now, but we still make our meetings. We're in action. We have a and this meeting here that I started that he took over is one of the biggest meetings on the north side, because like he said, the disease don't stop. People are dying. Alcohol killed 3.2 million people worldwide, and the fentanyl came out. It killed more people this year, and a lot of people have died.
Yeah.
And the disease of addiction is a disease of isolation.
Yeah, they continue to die. I had a member call me today, and he said things are shutting down. Man, you guys are still open? Of course. Because
recovery is essential.
That's right.
If Benny's made $1 billion, Benny's never closed down. The marijuana business is booming.
Recovery has to be the top priority, and so we have to stay open for the still suffering addict to show up and get the help that they need, the direction, the hope, and the spiritual instruction, so that they can continue and make it another day. And so there are meetings that are still open. Check with your local directory and find out, because recovery has to be the top priority, one day at a time, through a loving and caring higher power. Whichever you choose that be.
And no matter what's going on in the world, we strive for unity. Unity, no matter what, because we got nowadays, and Jimmy K started NA, and he talks about isolation, he talks about suicide, and a lot of people are closed down, like in California where he started NA, they couldn't go to the beach in the summertime. And so we could take the action. And you spoke at he's been an NA speaker at workshops, different cities and stuff like that.
I've been blessed to have an opportunity to go and share. And the main thing that this does, though, is it helps me become a responsible, productive member of society. The quality of my life is better, and I'm free from active addiction. And it's not only with drug, it's a spiritual, mental, and physical disease that affects all areas of my life. So practicing these principles of the program allows me the freedom to be a better human being. And that's in all areas, to be a better employee, to be a better friend, family member, and as I mentioned, to be a better father. And so that's the top priority.
In my Sky, Chicago, we down here at the Mustard Seed, and Paul for the penitentiary. I'm here, Paul for the penitentiary, and we don't live in fear, because we got a lot of stuff going on with the different fellowships with gang banging back in the day. They didn't like, but we help each other. Recovery is about helping everybody stay away from the alcohol, the drugs, We had a lot of fentanyl, opium addiction. We had some of the movie stars that died from the addiction. Compulsion means you're doing something against your will. So Mike Scott, Chicago, I'm down here. We down here at the Mustard Seed, and we known around the world. Mustard Seed is helping many people, and also they do Zoom nowadays. So we sometimes we Zoom. We in different countries, or we Africa, Russia. Or we, you know what I'm saying? So we try to reach people around the world and keep them off of drugs, because drugs are killing people. I mean, they don't talk about that. You're not gonna hear it on the news, but we've seen people come in here that they died, young people. I mean, young people have died, ODing right now.
So if you're looking for a Narcotics Anonymous meeting Saturday night, tonight, 8 o'clock to 9:45, we meet at 507 West North Avenue. Come on out and share.
Okay, Mike Scott, Chicago. It's cool to be a square. Slow lane's the best lane.